Welcome back to AFL Riverina TV. I'm Lauren Markham. We've been on the road for a few weeks, but we're back in the studio with our hardworking CSU team this week. Big news in the RFL is that we have a new leader heading into round 13. After Mangapla's loss to Wagga Tigers and the Crows win over Ganmain, Leeton-Whitton topped the premiership table on 40 points. Mango are outright second ahead of Tigers and Kotzur. Griffith sneak into the 5 on percentage ahead of Gully, while Ganmain are still in 7th, but now within a win outside the 5. Southern New South Wales Community Manager Paul Habel joins me now. Harbs, Leeton on top of the ladder. Who would have predicted that at the start of the year?
Well, every season, if you've got some recruits, they feel their way in the competition, and but certainly quality recruiting, and they're certainly a well coached side. So, you know, they've hit their straps at the right end of the year. They've proved that they're going to play finals football, and yeah, they've got a very good side all across the paddock.
And they've brought in some new recruits. What's that brought to the league?
Oh, look, I think any quality players across any team will bring a lot to the league. I mean, it ups the ante of the competition. It's a lot stronger. You know, it's a lot quicker. And I mean, Leeton they've got quality players, and they're developing the younger players as well. And as I said, they're well coached, and that's the reason they're on top of the ladder.
The Crows became the sole competition leaders when they were too good for Ganmain last week. We caught up with Toby Conroy and the two coaches over at Leeton.
Yeah, we always knew it was going to be a tight contested game. They're a quality side, lost 2 games all year, knocked off the top team. They're pretty much the top team at the moment. We come in here just to play one-on-one, you know, tight footy. I think we played that pretty well for most of the game. Just didn't take our opportunities. We missed some easy shots in front of goal, and you can't afford to do that against sides like Leeton.
Dave, well, congratulations, mate, top of the table. That must be a nice feeling.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, I guess a few people have been asking that, but I've been more about with the evenness of the comp, staying ahead of the other sides. So while it's nice to get there, I think anything can happen within 2 weeks. You know, so these last 3 weeks we've had 3 very hard-fought victories. So they could have quite easily gone the other way. So it's nice to come out on the right side, and yeah, it's. I guess it shows the evenness. You know, you have a couple of weeks where we could quite easily have dropped the 3 and we'd probably be out of the 5. So it's that type of year.
Yeah, look, they've got some good solid builds, good solid bodies in there that have a good mix with some good users like Conroy and Hardy and those sort of guys as well. So, you know, a hard team to stop when they're up and going.
Ganmain today, Tigers next week, Gully and then Kotzur. What are you expecting out of Tigers next week over in Wagga?
I think they'll be strong. They've started to hit some form, and you know, we know they're a real hard running side. So, you know, we've got to go over there and sort of play some good footy and see if we can match their intensity and match their speed, and see if we can use the footy well enough to get over the top.
They've gradually improved throughout the year, their results, and you know, they've got a good young side there. Got a couple of guys to come in, and that's the thing. You know, we were fortunate to start the year well. We caught a lot of these sides like Ganmain today. You know, they probably had 8 or 9 extras that didn't play round 1, and you know, they're a quality team there today. I was fairly worried today, but you know, it was a good tough win. But yeah, Tigers, look, they're hitting their straps. Good win over Mango today, so yeah, they'll certainly be tough next week.
You know, Mango and Leeton here are obviously the 2 top sides at the moment. They battled out pretty close last week, but you know, we just got to take it every week at a time. Turvey's hasn't knocked anyone off this year, and we'll be making sure that we do everything to make sure they don't knock us off either.
Jayden Kotzur there, wary of Turvey Park and full of admiration for the Crows. Hubs, Leeton were impressive, but as we heard, they're wary of Tigers. They'll be on a high after they beat Mangapla last week. Can you see them backing that up with a win over the Crows?
On their home ground, yes, but I think there's a few factors in the game. Obviously, Leeton won't lose any players, to my knowledge. Wagga Tigers, young Charlie Bance's probably got TAC Cup commitments. Wagga Tigers will be playing on confidence. They know how to play Robinson Oval, but I don't think Leeton are too worried about playing on a big ground either. So, look, I'll pick Wagga Tigers, but it'll be a very close game.
And we've talked about Leeton's recruits this year, but Griffith have unveiled a gem in Ben King, and with Mick Duncan in form lately, do you think the Swans present a real danger to Kotzur when they travel to Kindra Park?
Oh, there's no doubt. Ben's a very good player. He comes from the Canberra comp. He's not that big, but he's very solid, and he works very hard. Mickey Duncan, look, he's a quality player. He's good on both sides of his body. He's been kicking goals the last 2 or 3 weeks, so he'll be a danger to Kotzur, no doubt. And on the small ground, obviously Coolum got some very promising juniors as well, and I don't know whether along with their experienced players, whether Chris Laddams lines up this weekend, I'm not sure, but if he's there, well, they've got some goal kicking power. But I think Griffith are playing in some pretty good form, but Coolum will be on a bit of a high as well, so Coolum at Coolum.
There you go. And Colin Gully host Narrandera. The Eagles do have some injury worries, and against a Gully side that's dropped out of the 5 on percentage, they'll be up against it there, won't they?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, Matty Flynn, he played with the Giants last week in the NEFL, and I think he's got Rams commitments as well this weekend, so they would have hoped he would have played last week. But anyway, I think Narrandera, they do have injury problems, but Colin Gully aren't playing with any confidence at the moment. So I think this will be a closer game than everybody expected. And Narrandera weren't that bad last week, so I think it'll be a very good game of footy, but Colin Gully at the Crossroads.
And Ganmain are improving as the year goes on, but they need wins. They should get one at Mar Oval as they prepare for Mango, Griffith and then Tigers.
Yeah, they've got a tough run, haven't they, Ganmain? But Turvey Park, even at Mar Oval, Ganmain again playing on confidence. They've got some good tall in Lordo, and Turvey Park have played really well during the year. They just lack the firepower of the other side. So I think Ganmain will score another win there.
We'll take a look at the Farah League now, and with 5 rounds left, the battle for finals is really heating up. The Hawks are well clear in front, while the Rock have come back to be level with North Wagga. They're 12 points clear of 4th and 5th, but a top 3 finish isn't out of the question for the Kangaroos if they maintain some form. Collie are 5th and are going to be under massive pressure from Mara and the Jets. Now, second takes on third hubs when the Rock hosts North Wagga. The Magpies are coming off a loss and have East Wagga next week, so it's a big game. Andy Carey can dominate up front, but if they aren't winning the ball out of the middle, it's hard to make the most of him. Can North Wagga apply the pressure here?
I think so. Look, I think the good thing about both these sides, both North Wagga and the Rock, they've got really good midfields. So, it'll be the better of the midfields, and obviously both have got goal kicking power if they can get the ball forward. So it's going to be interesting if Pooper plays this week, who was injured last week. If Measleback comes back into the side, obviously with his tallness and his ruck work, he's a very good ruckman. But I think it's always tough at the Rock. But they haven't been playing with a lot of confidence. But I think maybe the Rock at home only against the North Wagga boys.
And Colliambley must be kind of dreading the trip to Gumley. They missed out on the minor premiership when they were beaten in the final round last year. This year they're fighting to stay in the 5. What would it take for them to bring down the Hawks?
Probably Mark Geppen and the other big forward to pull hamstrings in the first 5 minutes. But look, Shane Pound has been reported, obviously, and if he's suspended, it'll be a huge impact on this game. But look, East Wagga are very good across the park. Colliambley, look, they're inconsistent. East Wagga have proven that they're the best side in the comp at the moment, and I'd suggest they'll keep that form up.
And in the other 2 games, Temora bring winning form to CSU and the Bombers host Barellan. It's hard to see an upset in either of those games.
Yeah, I think Temora will be far too strong. CSU will obviously get some players back due to uni holidays and the fact they probably haven't trained much over that period of time. But no, Temora have hit some good form lately as well, and CSU try really hard. They're not easy beats by any stretch of the imagination, but Temora too strong at Peter Hasty.
Harbs, thanks for joining us in the studio as always, and thanks for your company at home. Enjoy a big weekend of footy, and we'll see you again next week.